So they'll be calling you a radical. So that clean, green, nuclear got us again. Same old, same old. Did they tell us? 12 years ago, Fukushima? Did they tell us? Oh, Seattle. Cool changes on Balco. Just all the tide pools wipe out. Just 95% collapse on the salmon in an acute fashion post-Fukushima. 13 years ago at Hanford, what's it? Barry Antoinette. Oh, bummer, dumber. Oh, he's a smart one. That guy's so smart. Well, I'm learning. I'm reading a book about Abraham. That's after he gets elected. He's on the stump. We ask him. This is a guy propped up by the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Now, remember, this is a guy who was in the Situation Room, who backed out the 32 ships that went into entomb Fukushima. That's an unarguable. Go ask John Holdren. Make it so. I'm the guy that put that woman blogger up to him letting the cat out of the bag. Haas Cartwright, we're going to go after those guys. We're going to nail those guys until I found out it was his guy. Haas Cartwright, who's he? Joint Chief of Staff. He's going to prison under the prison. Blowing up nuclear physicists in Iran. Pardon me, a little polonium to the T. Freaking fuck the ecology. You know, so Hanford, got to tell you, what are you going to clean up Hanford? All presidents say they're going to do it. Got to tell you, don't know what Hanford is. Stephen Bechtel on the Hill. You're paid to put triple liners around these tanks. Bechtel's baby. And you didn't. Yes, so. What do you mean, so? He threw it right back in Congress's face. You're the guys that passed the Price-Anderson and re-upped it for another 20 years in 2005. Went up to Iraq to get a big old stack. Went up to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. You're the guys that upped it. That's fufu. First off, I want to tell Dell in Virginia Beach, that's who made these. You know, my cliches, and we worked together, but he's the actual one that physically put the color scheme together, designed them. You know, the long sleeve ones, Mystified, Baffled, Stump. He's the one that did them. Thank you, Boober. Thank you, Boober. Thank you, everybody who's participating in this fight. Look what we're up against. So, got to tell you, don't know what Hanford is. So, Bechtel, what do you mean? It's called the Immunity Act. We don't have to do what Congress appropriates the money for. You don't think NewScale knows this? NewScale 47. Remember when noise pollution was a thing? Remember when NewScale, it's been outed now. I kept saying, why is the stock going up? What a sham. The taxpayers, you're paying for it here in Utah, and they're back doing it. The freaking CEO for 1.7 million freaking shares is being freaking outed now. They know they don't have shit. 47 different insiders. I'm like, it's a backdoor loot job. It's criminal. It's thievery. Fuck. The Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Look at freaking what happened in Ohio yesterday. 20 years for taking the bribe, but the bribers, you don't even know their names because it's the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. Stephen Bechtel says, why did you put them on the... Well, Price-Anderson, the Immunity Act passed in 1957. Anything new. The Department of DOE, the Department of Energy runs Hanford, it runs the whole world, used to be called the Department of Atomic. Jeff Bezos' grandfather was the original spokesman. Look it up. Remember when his mom, he was born at Los Alamos and his mother was 14. Look it up. Is that just a coincidence? The Epstein ranch was there? They don't illuminate, they radiate. Bill Gates meeting with him after. Bill Gates pro-nuclear. He's got in bed with Governor Cox. He's going to build little nuclear reactors in freaking... We haven't been looted enough by NewScale in Utah. Who's pulling this puppet's strings? What'd you do with the money then? He threw it right at you guys. You guys are the ones that up Price-Anderson, and all of them are sitting there. What's Price-Anderson? Bush dumb. Copenhagen, Utah. Obama dumber. Trump dumbest. Sliding with old map. I asked Trump from here to there. Trump, you going to talk about Fukushima? You going to open the book on Fukushima? Yes. Did he? Did he? No, I met with AB 17 times. I was at the White House that night. You fuck Bernie. You fuck. That's all we heard. Freaking when he got elected. I took the bus in the middle of the night through Philadelphia. You should have seen it. I got to New York when the rings rung where Hillary was going to break the glass ceiling. The Jarvis Center. Should have seen it. Whoa, never seen a war zone like that in my life. You know, Trump Towers. B immediately gets on his litter jet. Why would he come here? He wasn't Prime Minister of Japan when it freaking Fukushima happened. Nato Kan, who walked up to Kevin Blanch at Delmar and freaking started to cry and bowed to me and told me, thank you for all your incredible work. The Prime Minister of Japan, he was ousted. Why? Because it's the 51st state. Who has control of Japan? The only thing Barry Bummer Obama said, right. True. These trees were sawn long before when he was eating his fake sushi. Got to talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. Hillary Clinton. The emails that got leaked out, I wonder who leaked them out. Hillary emails Clinton. Whether it was Hummer or Hillary, it's still her. Got to go talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. You can see it's all Fukushima. The plume is coming over us right now. Stay inside. Don't take a chance. Be safe. Wash your clothes. Did we get those emails? No, we got Barack Obama standing in the road garden who told us the plume's coming over us. Experts are telling us it's safe when she's saying it's not. So he was flying to South America later that day. He didn't tell us to get out of the plume. There was emails. He did. See, Mexico. So what did you do with the money? We hired PR firms to attack anti-nuclear activists. To think the fact, the son of a Special Forces Marine who gave his life, nuked to death in the Nevada test that died of the atom bomb disease, Sudoku, folding paper cranes. I got to hold a paper crane there. Our own niece handed it to me in Utah. Where they know that. Don't you think that's a major story? 7th generation Utah. Freaking father died. You know, Sudoku's very only niece. Well, I'm full of leukemia inside the Enola Gay hangar. International media, no media from Utah. Who's pulling this puppet show in Utah strings? And that's what it is. It's a puppet show. I mean, wannabes. A freak show. Literally, we proved who did it. NEI. The DOA are freaking, with my own government taxpayer money, viciously attacks. There were literally dozens of YouTube sites and Facebook page 100% committed to slandering Kevin Blanch. Why he's in critical condition, clinging to life. Why inside a bone marrow transplant center? Why inside an ICU twice with my open heart? My heart's been pulled out of my chest twice. They had to reconstruct the bottom of my freaking root. Freaking, I have a harvested artery out of my leg. I have a badge of honor. I have a pacemaker now. I'm going to walk with the old timers. I'm the old guy. We sit and talk about our heart doctors and our pacemakers. I'm only 63. My heart was in perfect shape. Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate. As Sudoku's mother used to call it, the atom bomb disease. Everybody goes along because they're above it. They're above it. So even back then, we hired PR firms to attack anti-nuclear activists. Remember? Joseph, who invented nuclear energy and the Manhattan Project in 1944, when he found out that Hitler didn't have it. They had special forces inside Germany looking for it. The communique comes back, the final conclusion. Baby never born, mother never pregnant. He backed out. We can't, the bomb's done. There's no need for it. There's no use. You know that Albert Einstein was banned from the Manhattan Project. He was he did not write that letter. The D always says, everybody, he wrote that letter. He did not. Leo wrote that letter. La Jolla Leo. You know, him and Fermi. How young was Fermi when he freaking died? University of Chicago. So, he was so fiercely anti-nuclear. He was fiercely anti-nuclear. Hell of a way to boil water. Kevin Blanch. Hell of a way to boil a planet. It's clean. It's green. It's go. Oh, that's a nuclear bomb. That's nuclear. Which came first? The nuclear energy. If the big Z, I'm the guy that named it the big Z, and Ukraine has not proven to you one feeds the other. Why is enriched uranium the only thing we're going to cripple the economy except for the nuclear energy crime scene? Why in Ohio they send the House Speaker to prison for freaking 20 years, and the bribers who bribe him, we don't even know their names? It just proves to you who controls you. They own you all the way down to your bone marrow, your kid's bone marrow, your grandkid, and everybody stands down to these monsters. Governor Cox gets in bed. Energy Solution bring and send and offering nuclear waste here when it's hotter than hell. INL from hell. I just got up from INL in hell. You know, remember when they were sneaking in the freaking Hunter's Point waste? I'm the guy that outed all that. All that incredible work. You know, what do I get for it? Like I said, I got a freaking pacemaker. My life ripped to shreds and destroyed. But I have something none of these have. I have peace of mind. That's all I have. You know, did they tell you? Now they're saying it was much worse. 13 years ago, on the banks of the Columbia River. From the east, it's getting hammered by Hanford. From the west, it's getting hammered by Fukushima. And then you wonder why it's go razor clamming, go eat some mussels, eat up, you know. In fact, I think we should give them a bow out, another one. You know, reward for failure. Welcome to America. America, the old USA, now America. You need to learn to speak America. The old USA. Ask not what you can. I sound like W. Bush. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what you can loot from your country. American way, the old USA. You need to learn to speak America. What? America Vespucci Stoke, Italiano, brava, magnifico. He spoke Spanish. The invaders. The Russian River. Lay the map out. Didn't we buy Alaska? 2 cents an acre? Yeah. So much worse than we were told. That's their narrative. They always do. They're going to cover up. They've been covering up since Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We, to this day, still have not seen the original footage the U.S. has of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They've covered up and lied on that. We saw some on the 75th anniversary that came from Russia. Some of it. Why did we drop those bombs? Because we're fighting uphill at Okinawa. We wouldn't reverse. It was nasty what was going on in the Pacific. It was nasty. It was horrid. Stalin had how many people on the line ready to go in Japan? He already took all of Eastern Europe. Still man. The whites, he systematically got them all. I wonder when they're going to Trotsky me to the head. Oh, they've tried to try. You know, it was his own friend they finally got to. They couldn't get him. They got them all. Little polonium to the T. Live by the sword, die by the sword. How did Stalin go? Same way. Live by the sword, die by the sword. How did they get Trotsky? Have you ever heard Trotsky speak? Whoa. You ain't know how to speak Russian, you can tell. Whoa, that was a speaker. His own friend put a nice pick through his head. Oh, they tried that with me. People, there's been so many people try to befriend me and then end up turning their back on me. Well, that was their agenda. Who's paying them? Who paid these trolls to attack Kevin Blanch? Who paid these trolls to attack Kevin Blanch? Don't drop your dry cast container. Let's ask PP. Let's ask PP. Coco and Fuku. Coco, the great well. Fufu, you're looking a little mutated, Fufu. What? You have 18,000 becquerels of cesium-137 per kilogram in you? What? That had to be a long time ago. Well, you was caught off the coast of Fukushima last month. Oh. 1,800 times over the Obama-Trump raised limits. Oh. The nuclear energy untouchables. If they can cover up 3 full car mountains, what's that? Hanford, Fukushima killed my food. What? What? You're a filter feeder? At the platonic level. What? You got demonic acid in your brain, yeah? Go have some crabs. Go have some mussels. Get some demonic acid in your freaking brain. What? You can't report that. HIPAA laws. How many people have died from it? Because of their lies and their cover-up. You know, I see Elizabeth Vargas interviewed Kennedy Jr. Well, Elizabeth Vargas faked it. Remember when she went to Fukushima, Japan, and put those pristine, beautiful spent fuel pools from Hanford up? Fukushima killed my food. It broke the chain. You promised you would never break the chain. The 60,000-pound hump whale says to Fuku. We too, from the sea, the starfish, the Upper California purple urchin, the Chinook salmon, the epic acute radical collapse off a cliff post 2011. This happened in 2010. Oh, Their same old narrative, much worse than first reported. That's what they always say. Maybe we can wait for Netflix 40-something years to do a freaking documentary on 3 Mile Island. It really was a partial meltdown. Oh, they didn't tell us that. Of course they didn't. They lied. Because the nuclear energy crime scum owns you. If you haven't proved they own this country, how can they possibly cover up fucking... How can they possibly... How can they possibly cover up 3 full core meltdowns, 7 spent fuels, and you're going to go along, and it's only a 7. It took 7 years for them to rank it a 7. The IAEA, they're going to save you. They're going to say, oh, okay, all that protesting I've done there, that was only 7. The scale only goes to 7. So they're still going along, and everybody's going along with this narrative that somehow Chernobyl is the greatest nuclear energy, when Winston, Blanch, 2 + 2 is whatever we tell you it is. Despite all my rage, I'm still got a cage of rats in a cage. We're all connected now, the great equalizer, FUKUSHIMA. It doesn't care about your socioeconomic status. It doesn't care about your race. It doesn't care about your sexuality. It doesn't care about any of that. We're all vulnerable. I was given 2 months to live, almost 12 years ago. This has been an epic battle. I had open heart surgery again this year. I've had open heart surgery twice. You don't want that. I've lost my gallbladder. I've lost my teeth. I've lost all my money. I've lost my relationships. I've lost everything. Because what? I said the F word? Never free, never me. What? Because I did the unforgiven. Good puppets. Obey your nuclear energy masters. Oh, it ain't gonna hurt you. Little invisible green germs through the air ain't gonna hurt you. Semmelweis, freaking Savior of Mothers in Austria, proved it. Was he right? Was Semmelweis right? They threw him in a rubber room and beat him to death. Oh, new knowledge will persecute Kevin Blanch, March 2011. There you go again. Just tell me lies. Tell me sweet little nuclear idea. New scales from University of Oregon. Jose Reyes and the head of the NRC worked together at INL. And you tell no one's funding it? What? Don't drop your right after dinner, Thanks to Dell in Virginia Beach. He's done a lot. He's assisted me on a lot of stuff. Shirts are great. He has them, not me. I have some, but I knew there were freaking meltdowns immediately. Blanch. We're gonna slander you, we're gonna attack you. Son of a Special Force Marine, my uncle raised me on Omaha Beach on D-Day in the Battle of the Badge. These honorable men. My own country goes after me, destroys me. Ask not what you can do for your country. Ask what you can lose. I got a PPP loan. I didn't even get a stimulus check. I got cancer. I got a pacemaker. What a badge of honor. It's fucking unbelievable. I'm a mall walker now. I'm in an incredible pro. I almost died. I got down to 138 points. No one gives a fuck. Blanch. 1 is more than 3. 1 partial meltdown at Chernobyl, which 780 men entombed with no spent fuel pools because it was new, is bigger than 3 full-core meltdowns. 7 spent fuel pools blown to smithereens with literally thousands of major apparatus freaking spent fuel hot containers, including MOX fuel in them. Obama inside the situation. Barack Obama told the greatest lie in human history, and Trump doubled down on it. Biden's tripled down on it. Biden was asked by our group, you can open the book on Fukushima, he told us yes. That's what they do. Obama, on the White House lawn. The only time he ever mentioned Fukushima, March 17, 2011. I never promised you a rose garden. I will keep you abreast of what I know. He was in the situation. The head of the NRC, Gregory Jacko, cowered down in the corner. I know exactly what. Freaking Gregory Jacko, John Holden, Make It So, Hoss Cartwright. How about Rob Emanuel? He was there. The whole puppet show. David Axelrod, What? He's the ambassador in Japan? Let's be Japanese. There's no tie. Oh, he has a tie to Japanese. How about the USS Reagan? All that work I did there. What do I get for it? You know, they try to make a sequel out of me. Don't raise your voice. Blanch, 3 or 10 is more than 1. We're going to split you open twice. We're going to pull your heart out of your chest. You're going to lose one tooth after another. Painful. I mean, I've been in so much pain for the last 12 years. My gallbladder, I mean, think about it. When I can actually gut out a heart attack because I've had so much pain, I actually gutted out a full blown out, ripped my heart attack, didn't even go to the hospital. Waited 7 days, had another one. You know, and then I couldn't even get in because I'm so afraid of these fucking emergency rooms here. That's the kind of pain, king of pain. What do I get for it? Thanks, Boober and Virginia Beach. The shirts are fantastic. Thank you for all your work. Thank you for everybody's protection. Thank you to Tim Martin up there, who stayed in the post-ignorance army. Not many people have hung in there in the post-ignorance army. You know, Kevin Blanch is post-ignorance army. But we've done the work. You know, look what we've been up against. A hell of a way to boil a planet. On the sea. Much worse than we first told you. They prayed it out every half and every. Helen Caldecott said Japan was tidy people. They cleaned it up. Oh, okay. Chris Busby, who attacked me when I was in the bone marrow trance, should see the emails. Well, I'm shriveled up in critical condition, almost dead, and quarantined in a bone marrow transplant unit. Pacific Ocean's a big place. It'll dilute. Okay. Nucleophile doesn't dilute. Arnie Gundershield. No, Kevin. He argued me for freaking days after it. This is not a meltdown. These are hydrogen blasts. He called it a hydrogen blast for 7 years. Elizabeth Vargas on freaking ABC News. Look, we're here. It's barely enough that you go right through these meltdowns, and it's like getting an X-ray, bananas and potato chips. Oh my God. Full-blown out meltdowns when it took 60 minutes, nearly 3,000 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in the first hour. Blake Barrett, who I know personally, who was the cover-up kingpin at 3 Mile. Maybe we can wait Netflix to do a documentary, a real one on Fukushima in the year 2525. By the way, the new one that's out now is a dramatization. It's a piece of shit. And they tell you it's a dramatization. It's all made up. So is the Fukushima 50 fairy tale. The head of the Fukushima 50's mother emailed me 2 weeks before he died of cancer. He just said, oh, not related. Of course it's not. Just like your cancer at HANFORD, your cancer in Oregon. Not really. Of course it's not. Of course you can stand it. It's a little invisible. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. You can't stand down. Speak no nuclear energy here. See no nuclear energy evil. The nuclear energy emperors, they have no fucking clothes. And you're going to go along with the fucking winning team. They prayed out one. I mean, this is the greatest fraud perforated on the American public, well, North American public, well, the world in human history. Barack Obama. March 17th, I'll keep you abreast. He's flown to Argentina. Never mentioned again until he's on Jimmy Kimmel, right before the end of his 8-year tenure. Jimmy, where's Johnny Carson? Where's Don Rickles? Where's Merv Griffin when you need him? Do you ever get calls like Hillary said in the middle of the night? Maybe we get Pierce Morgan back on replace Larry King. CNN dummy down. Operation Foxconn News wanted by Jetstream. 2 by cable TV. Do you? Yeah, of course. Fuck, he's the president of the United States. Like when? You got an example? Yeah. When Fukushima happened. Jimmy Kimmel, I live in LA. What's Santa Susana? Oh, Santa Susana, don't you cry for me. I came to Utah with the local Santa. What's Fukushima? Barack Obama, who's in the situation, who fully knows these were major meltdowns. I know word for word what happened in the situation. You know the typhoon. The greatest event, it moved the axis of the Earth. You think nuclear reactors can handle a 9.1 earthquake, let alone the tsunami? They can't handle a 7 TikTok Diablo Canyon cloud. Long video, but it's got to be done. Balance matters, right? I'm like a bird, I only fly away. Thank you, everybody, for supporting historic work. We can do what we can do. Bye now. Stand tuned.